different things. Whole point is you are getting that price only as long as supplies last. Well, I have to tell you, even though Chef Curtis Stone, our #1 brand, #1 food brand here at HSN, his salmon is our #1 food item at HSN. This is like the next evolution, at least for me. I'm a huge cod fan. My fishmonger, when I go to the supermarket, things are really challenged with shipping and receiving and the supply chain. And not all cod is created alike. If you've heard about the cod wars, of course, Chef Curtis Stone has a really interesting sidebar story about this. But in those pure, pristine Icelandic waters, you are getting precision cut and precision portioned and 8 count. So 8 count individually flash frozen 6 ounces of your wild caught Atlantic cod. Now, I will tell you, this has been a lifesaver for me because I'm trying to do my utmost best with eating healthy, but it's the flavor, the flavor, the flavor. This became a customer pick at the higher price. It is on sale, as is everything from Chef Curtis Stone right now, up to 30% off. You can do auto ship on this, in which case you would secure that sale price basically as long as you're enrolled. And it's a 60-day rotation, but Chef, you know, this is a fan favorite for me, whether you're doing fish and chips or whether you're just, you know, baking it, where you're frying it. So tell everybody the story. So not all cod is created alike, and you wanted to bring it to the next level, and today it's the best price as well, isn't it?
Well, Icelandic cod, they were literally the cod wars, and it was the English fishermen against the Icelandic fishermen because they really wanted to fish these waters. Why? Because it is a gorgeous part of the world. I mean, they call it Iceland for a reason. It is pristine. There is a ton of ice melting and coming into these waters through the fjords. And here's what's so special. Big, strong currents, gorgeous deep sea fish. It is pristine and it is white and milky. Chris, my old high school mate, believe it or not, Shannon. G'day, Chris.
Hi, Shannon.
Hey. Thanks, mate. Chris has brought me a couple of pieces right here. It's like an old family reunion, Shannon. So here, I don't even have to speak. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to flake this cod. Look how milky and perfectly white that flesh is. You can see how deliciously flaky that cod is. I mean, it is just such an incredible fish. Yes, your doctor tells you should eat more fish, but you don't necessarily want to because you're not sure whether it's going to taste any good, right? Well, let me tell you something. This, with just a tiny squeeze of lemon, maybe a little dollop of tartare sauce. Oh, Shannon, the flavor of this fish is on another level, and you can cook it so many ways. The most famous fish for fish and chips, of course, is cod. In Australia and in England, we absolutely love that. Look at how it falls apart. I mean, so delectable. Now, Shannon, I have a few spices. If you want to just jazz it up just a little, let me show them to you. We've got this is called salt-free salmon blend, because initially we sold this with salmon, but then we realized it was wonderful with all types of different fish. So that's a salt-free blend right there. Then we have the best of the bay. This has a little spice, of course. That's a wonderful one. And then we have over here the Key West. This is really bright and acidic with a little bit of lime. So you shake a little of that over. So go ahead, taste these different types of fish. I'm going to go for the best of the bay. I tell you what, Shannon, this fish is absolutely divine.
It is indeed. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the shot just so you can see what Chef is talking about. The utmost in flaky, moist, unbelievable quality. And you know what? It is virtually impossible to screw up. Now, these are all precision portioned. Remember, all precision portioned. They are all individually vacuum sealed. So whether you're frying it, whether you're baking it, whether you're broiling it, doesn't matter. Whether you're doing fish or chips, these spices, I'll just tell you right now, I think I'm on auto ship for all of the Secret Weapon series that Chef has done. My favorite, though, is actually the seafood, because that is kind of the secret sauce. So the single ship on the seafood seasonings, there are basically fewer than 2 dozen. And then the auto ship, we have only 100. So check with your service representatives for details. But these are all individual, like I said, precision cut, precision portioned, all individually flash frozen. And the big thing for me, Chef, is not only is it the flavor, it's the taste, it's the quality. And, you know, not for nothing, you know, my seafood market and my fishmonger, they know I'm kind of a stinker. I always make them do the nicer cuts. I always, you know, make sure sure that, I want that one. I'm like a beauty contest. I'm picking out the best one. So people love what you do, and to secure this at auto ship with only a couple hundred available, this is the time to do it, isn't it?
It sure is. I mean, look at how it just falls apart, Shannon. It is so flaky. I think you mentioned earlier, Andrew Lesserman agrees you should eat more seafood. All of the doctors basically agree on that one thing. I'm going to this time just hit it with just a tiny bit of lemon juice. That's it. Not even any salt. And I tell you what, Shannon, have it with a salad. Spoil yourself and serve it with some mashed potatoes. There is so many wonderful ways to serve this fish. Now, I'm just showing it to you pan-fried. Look at this. Trav's just brought me over one that's done in a beer batter. Now, very, very simple and easy. Of course, we're giving you the recipe, but have a look how you can crunch through that batter. Look at that beautiful white flesh. So it is just so delicious. If you want to serve it with a little tartare sauce, Shannon, be my guest. A little like that, a little squeeze of the lemon. I think you're going to have to go back onto the camera in the studio, Shannon, because otherwise my mum's going to yell at me again, because I just can't help myself when I see fish and chips like this.
It's so true. It is absolutely irresistible, but no kidding. They're easy to make. They're easy to serve. At this point, though, lowest price that we've ever offered. You can secure it on auto ship for the next 100 reservations. There are only 100 of you who can select it on auto ship. I'm on auto ship for this, and I have to say there's not a day that goes by that I don't thank Curtis for his auto ship program, because it's really saved me with all the challenges in shipping and receiving. You do want the companion seafood seasonings. However, the single ship is completely gone, and I think we have fewer than 100 on the auto ship. But if you go to Chef's page, you will see other seasonings. So any of his secret weapon series, there's barbecue sauces, there's maple syrup powder that I'm on auto ship for as well. There are just a million different things that he's doing for us as our #1 brand here at HSN. But you want this for this price. When this debuted last year for the $89.95 price, not only did it sell out in a record time, it became a customer pick. People absolutely went crazy. And Chef, that's just it. Like you said, whether people are familiar with, fish and chips, and I mean, and who isn't, cod is really kind of the quintessential choice for that. But I know I keep going back to not all cod is created alike. And you really source this in the finest possible way for the best possible flavor profile, don't you?
Oh, of course. This is a wild-caught product. This is an absolute godsend. It is so flaky. Look at it coming out of the steamer. I mean, I'll just pop this is the rapid skillet, by the way, with that steamer insert. Have a look at this, Shannon. I'll just lift up that piece of lemon. This was only in the steamer for 5 minutes. Look at it. It literally just falls apart with that flakiness. I'm so sorry for those of you that missed out on those seasonings, because they are so tasty. Or maybe you mentioned there was a few still in auto ship. Really, really good and delicious. But you're right, we have a variety of different seasonings available. Go to hsn.com, guys. Skip the queue. We call it a queue down here. See, I've become very Australian again in the way I speak. We call a line a queue. Skip the queue or the line. Just go to hsn.com. It's much faster.
It's so funny because one of our, Gabrielle, my counterpart in crime behind the scenes, she said everybody was just loving, they love the lingo from down under. But when I go home to Minnesota, my friends say I start talking like a hockey player, because that's when I start doing the long O's. See, I'm sure when you go home too, it's like cheers, mate. We're picking up some of the little phrases from you, and it's nice meeting all your mates and meeting your mom. And one thing that is true though, Chef, whether you're in Australia, and it's so nice you bring us to your hometown, great food does not know any boundaries or any borders. And globally speaking, whether it's England, whether it's France, whether it's Australia, whether it's here in the States, cod is kind of like a game. It's really kind of a palate pleaser, but you have to have the right cod, don't you?
Oh yeah, Shannon. People are going crazy for this. I'm actually getting really nervous because we've sold out of the turkey burgers. We're going to sell out of the cod, and we're supposed to be doing multiple shows on it tomorrow. And I'm standing here going, what are we going to do then? Because We're a bit of a small team over here in Australia, but we'll figure something out for you. One last thing before we have to wrap on the cod. We do have these 3 turners. It's a brand new utensil set. Nobody has these in the world. The first time we're ever showing it, you get the small one, that big thick one, which is great for stirring, but also wonderful for pancakes, and then the longer one. They're gorgeous nylon tools. So brand new item. If you want to grab it, go ahead and jump on in. They've been really popular as well.
They have indeed. I will tell you, in all likelihood, it looks like we're going to sell out of the auto ship on the cod tonight. So Chef is right. He's got 2 more live shows tomorrow, but just like the turkey burgers are completely gone, the auto ship on the cod will probably be completely gone after this show. So we're now in the dozens remaining, fewer than 100 remaining on that auto ship on the cod. And hey, just as an aside, on the auto ship, it's a 60-day rotation, but you can customize that delivery. So there's no downside to selecting it on auto ship, because then you can, slow it down, speed it up, it's entirely up to you, but then we don't raise the price as long as you're enrolled. So just kind of keep that in mind. Hey, where in the world is Chef? Well, he's live from Australia, and for the first time in history, I can say everything from Chef Curtis Stone is not only on sale, up to 30% off. Now here's what's interesting. If you go to hsn.com, there's a lot of things that we're not gonna have time to showcase on the air. You're gonna see some things that, didn't know we even had on sale. And then also coming up at the end of the show, Charlie, is it okay if I just kind of, I'll boogaloo over here just real quickly, because I know a lot of people are still calling on the cod. We have for you, and hundreds of you have already pre-ordered, this is the gotta get it set. Not only is it the